Rocky Heron is our expert on addictions, and we have a concern because of marijuana is legal in many countries, in many states. Marijuana, you can get a positive test by being in a room where people are smoking, even if you don't smoke. So the testing for marijuana is not happening by the testing authorities because it's legal, you can get, and then it would be a huge scandal with a positive doping. How bad is marijuana for a boxer? In the terms, I know boxers, some use it to go to sleep, to relax, to lose the stress and the... but if you use it in recreation and you continually use it and then you go and spar and train, how dangerous it can be for a fighter to smoke marijuana.
And I think nobody would recommend that a fighter routinely drinks whiskey or tequila before they train. Some people use marijuana, many people use marijuana to relieve anxiety. I think we all recognize that it slows reaction times. So I would think that someone who's a regular heavy marijuana user would have slower reaction times. Some people use it as analgesic. They believe it reduces their pain levels. So in some ways, you might argue that someone who uses marijuana chronically won't feel the same impact from punches. I mean, I haven't spent much time thinking about it in this context, but it certainly is a chemical that is idiosyncratic in each user. In some people, you'll have one type of reaction, other people has a different type of reaction, and in every person, it's going to change their physiology while they're under the influence. So I think it's something that should be recognized. I think the physiological change in somebody who's simply being exposed to secondhand smoke is going to be negligible. So I don't think there's a whole lot of importance if someone has a small level of exposure. I think the issue becomes where people who use it chronically, which is what we're experiencing in California. The kids are growing up with it. They use it as a supplement. When I'm talking to kids, I have to point out that in California, where it's become so normal, I have to teach them that one, it is a drug, and two, that it's dangerous to the development. So that's something else I think the WBC should consider, that what we're finding with the legalized marijuana are very, very frightening developmental consequences in the youth. We're not seeing the same changes in development in adults. So I think there's also an important distinction to make between the ages where it's being used. It's legal for over 21, but that's told every kid under 21 that it's safe, that it's not harmful, that it's not even a drug.
Thank you, Rocky.
And I've seen boxers' attitudes change over time. When marijuana has its medicinal values, definitely, but I see a lot of people don't use it as medicinal. They're smoking before they even get out of bed, so it's now a habit. So, and in boxing, I think that you can't be sparring. You certainly, and we see a problem with it in Las Vegas a lot. People smoke and drive. We have a lot of accidents. So it has medicinal values, but I think as a fighter, it lessens your reflexes, and maybe it deadens your realization of the damage that you're taking in some gym wars, because it kind of takes the edge off of it. So I think that while it may have some medicinal values, I think in boxing it can be a very serious problem as far as boxers recognizing the severe amount of damage that they're taking in gym wars when they spar. But it is where I'm at in Las Vegas, an epidemic in boxing. We see it all the time.
This is an ongoing problem. We certainly know about it. And sort of the first challenge, or one of the biggest challenges we had, was the unfairness of different commissions with regards to marijuana. I'll give you an example. In California, you are given a letter, there's an education part, and you're fined $100. In Nevada, they can take as much as 50% of your purse. So there was wide variation, and there was some bias in terms of what happened with the discipline matter. but the education piece never changes, and that's the part that we need to, I think, as was mentioned, we have to focus in on that, but also the unfairness with regards, because it is not a performance-enhancing drug, which is why with WADA, it was our position, and certainly my position, that we needed to separate the discipline part with regards to the education piece.